Welcome to part 2 in your Boldness Confidence Foundation course. Again, my name is Daniel Karan, founder of Boldness.com, and let's dive straight into the value for today. So, first question, big idea number 14 from all that we talked about right now is who the hell are you? Like literally, who are you? What is your self-image? What story are you telling yourself? This is so important. This is so key. So let me really dial this in. Just for an example, I used to always tell myself like a year ago, oh, I have such a bad memory. I always forget things. I have such a bad memory. And what was I doing? I was just telling myself this story, which later kind of became my reality. I did have a bad memory, and that's another story. But the story that I kept feeding to myself was that I do have a bad memory. I'm the type of person that has a bad memory. And what ended up happening, I had a bad memory. So who are you is just a story that you're telling yourself. And like we talked about in part 1, is that we need to shed this old version of ourselves and create a new story. So let's create a new confident, bold version of yourself right now with this little exercise. What are, and honestly, after we discuss what to do in this exercise, please take some time, pause this video, and really do this exercise because it's so key, it's so important. I can't stress this enough. Is who are the 3 most confident, bold people that are in your life? I mean, not even in your life, excuse me. They could be celebrities, they could be people you read about, they could be fictional, they could be this, they could be on a cartoon, they could be a movie character, a show character, anything. 3 people, all right? The most confident, bold people that you've ever witnessed. Now, what are the 3 traits that you really like about them? The 3 traits that really kind of amplify their confidence and boldness, like James Bond, for instance, his walk, his sense of purpose, he always knows where he's going, and his sense of style and having confidence in who he is as a person, being grounded in who he is, right? Three things right off the bat for James Bond. Then number 2, write the 3 things. Number 3, write the 3 things. So in total, you're gonna have 9 things, all right? So 9 traits and characteristics of these super confident people. Pause this video and do this exercise. Welcome back. So now that you have your 9 traits, it's so important that we embody this trait. So if we kind of work on these 9 traits and kind of implement it into our own game, our own lifestyle, we become the James Bond, we become the most confident, the most bold type of person that we're destined to be. Does that make sense? All right. So it becomes our new snakeskin. It becomes our new story. It becomes who we are, who you are. All right? So we need to start acting through this new identity that we just created. So you have these 9 traits. And let's call these 9 traits the confident, bold version of yourself. Let's say the CB version of yourself. The CB version of yourself. So the 2 questions that you want to constantly have asking you as the moment you wake up to the last thing you think about, and throughout your day, the more you can do it, the better your life will be, the faster this muscle will get trained, is who do I want to act? Who do I want to be right now? All right, so you're walking, let's say you're walking down the street and you ask yourself the question like, who do I want to be right now? And then you remember the CB version of yourself. You remember the confident, you remember the bold, you remember your 9 characteristics, and then you act through this reality. You act as if you were this person already. You act like you were James Bond. Like, what would James Bond do in this situation? How would James Bond walk? How would he walk with this? How would he talk with this person? How would the second most confident person? How would he use this boldness trick to talk to this conversation? How would he give his presentation? Right? So on a moment-to-moment basis, you want to be, how do I want to act? How do I want to show up right now? And then you find your answer, you connect with that CB version of yourself, that confident, bold version of yourself, and then you dominate your path. All right, that makes sense? Second question, this is, honestly, in my private clients, is the only time I've really revealed this, so really just take a moment and appreciate what we're about to say, and it is, How would the higher status, how would the best version, how would the CB, the confident, bold version of myself, interpret this situation? How would the CB, the confident, bold version of myself, my new identity, interpret this situation? All right, you get your answer. It's like, I will interpret it by like, everything is happening for me, everything's happening for my benefit. Can't wait to fearlessly take care of all these challenges. This is not a problem, this is just a stepping stone. I'm going to have a great conversation. I'm going to show up. I'm going to come in with assertiveness, confidence in this. I'm going to have trust with myself, trust in others, and all my actions are going to be like fearless. And you're going to act through that. You're going to interpret your environment like that. The second part of the question is, how do I feel? So it goes like this. How would the CB version of myself interpret this environment? How would the CB version of myself interpret this situation? And how would he feel about it? So you answer those two questions. You keep asking yourself these two questions, and it becomes your new reality. Next thing you know, 2 weeks from now, you see something and you immediately, because it's the new habit that just got ingrained, see things and you're like, how would the CB version of myself interpret this? And then you actually become the CB version, and you don't have to ask yourself this. It's so empowering. It's so key. I cannot stress this enough. Ask yourself these two questions. Act through your new identity. Keep in mind these 9 traits and work towards them. And then you can switch them out once you feel like you mastered it. And let's create a new story for ourselves, shall we? All right, let's go to point number 18. This is my third favorite number, just so you know. Is bold people do these sort of things, all right? Bold people are known to do this, is they ask for what they want. If a bold person wants something, they ask for it. They're not like, sorry, like, excuse me, can I please? No. You want something, you ask for it. And you don't aim for the bottom level, you aim for whatever you want. You go after the big fish because you deserve the big fish because you're bold in what you do. All right? You ask for what you want. The best example of kind of like the most bold wolf, like such a legend. Now I wanted to just create a whole product. It would have been like a month's worth of value on this one guy. Is Benjamin Franklin, Ben F, BF, Ben Frank, Frankie, whatever you want to call him. All right, Benny, Benjamin, Benjamin. Ben Franklin created words. He's like, you know what, like, and it's a true story. It was written in his autobiography and everything. Like, you know, like I want to say this, and like the English language is not good enough. You know, so let me create my own word. And not only did he create this new word, which is just such a bold, confident move, he started using it in every discussion. He used it in Parliament, used it in the government, whether people were like, dude, that's not a word. Like, Ben, like, you really got to stop using it. Or they were like, oh, Ben, like, you should use that more often. It didn't matter to him because it was important to him to say this word because he wanted it. When he went to France and hardly could speak French, he still created his own words. He was bold because he knew what he wanted and he went after it. He didn't ask for permission. Oh, can I create a new word? Everyone said no, but he still did it anyways. That's what boldness is all about. Bold people say no. When there's something that's not interesting to them, something that they don't want, they say no. And they don't feel bad, they don't do anything about it. They say no, I don't want to go out tonight. I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to say no. It's okay to say no. Bold people also say yes. They say yes to adventure. They say yes to opportunities to grow. They say yes to stepping out of their comfort zone. They understand that the only growth that will kind of happen within is by stepping out of your comfort zone. So they always say yes to those type of opportunities. So they balance the no's with the yes. And they constantly ask for what they want. They're not afraid to show who they are. They're not afraid to have some people not like them. They're not afraid to have some people hate them. They are who they are. They're grounded in who they are as a person. Alright? Bold people also say thank you. You ever receive a compliment and you're a confident person, what do? Thank you. That's it. It's that simple. Just say thank you. That tip alone is like a bonus video. Let's go to a big idea number 19, which is 20 minus 1, in case you're wondering. Body language. Oh, so key, so important, such a big idea. Not a new idea, but so important. The non-verbal communication that we have can be summed up into 2 ideas. I mean, there's the foot, the torso, the shoulders, your hand motions, your fingers, your eyebrow, your neck. There's so much stuff, but it can be summed up in 2 things: open or closed. Look at yourself right now and your body language. However you're watching this video, are you open or are you closed? I'm sure you noticed. I don't need to tell you what open or closed means. It means open. Your legs are open. Your torso is open. You're allowing the universe to see you. You know what I mean? You're open to everything. It's so important. Your thoughts and feelings right now are just your body language's story 5 minutes ago. So if I go like this for 5 minutes, you know how I'm going to feel 15 minutes later? I'm going to feel like this. I'm going to feel closed off. I'm going to feel tight. I'm going to feel anxious. Alright? Now, if someone's angry right now, you could bet $100 million that if you kind of like rewinded their tape and you played it 15 minutes beforehand, that they had angry body language. So it's so key. And just to go over the best type of poses is this, which is like the #1 power pose. Do this for 2 minutes and it instantly increases your testosterone by 20 to 30%. Like, this is science-backed. It's unbelievable. This is a power pose, but all the power poses can really be summed up by being open and being free rather than closed and shut off. All right, open versus closed, so important. Meditation. Yes, this is a product on boldness and living confidently, but meditation cannot be talked about enough. It will rewire your brain. It will strengthen your neuroplasticity in your brain, literally your brain's muscle, to become stronger. It will make you more confident. It will make you see different perspectives clearly. Just meditate. I really recommend you check out this app, Headspace. I recommended it to over hundreds of people now, and everyone loves it. It's changed their lives, and I'm confident it will change your life. If you already have your own meditation technique, good for you. Certainty. And I talk about this a lot in my Wolfism newsletters, but the importance of how confidence is just like a word that like the media overuses. What really matters is the certainty. A good way to train your certainty, vocal tonality, and how you talk, and how I'm talking to you right now, is to start off by saying, this is white. These are black. This is black marker writings. That's a camera. You're sitting down. I'm wearing a dark blue shirt. Hey, what's your name? If you're in a social interaction. That certainty tonality, that's a good way to kind of always trigger that vocal tonality, is by stating the obvious and then transferring it over into reality. State the obvious and then transfer it into reality. Quick little tip for you while we continue on this boldness confidence foundation. Number 22, your self-talk. Oh, I know I keep saying this, but this is such a big idea. This concept is pretty much that when you do take major action and you do take some bold action or some confident action, reaffirm to yourself that you're just the type of person that takes that sort of action. So if I give a speech in front of 100 people and I do an amazing job, the first thing that I do after that speech is say, that's just like me to go on stage and dominate and make a performance. That's just like me, that's just like me. One of our favorite maxims here at Bold Wolves is to be your biggest fan. Be your biggest fan. When you do great things, congratulate yourself, hug yourself, kiss yourself. Be your biggest fan, or else no one else will be. Love yourself. Talk to yourself in a positive way. If you don't perform in the best version of yourself way in that moment, say, okay, that's not like me to do that, and then go back on path. So you're constantly bringing yourself closer and closer to the best path that will allow you to live moment to moment, confidently and boldly, which will then create the habit for you. All right, so important. Self-talk. What you are talking and what you're saying to yourself after the outcome and situation happens. That's likely to make major action. The serial trick. Oh, it's one of my favorite little tricks. And when you're feeling anxious, and the best way to feel anxious and nervous and stressed and not confident and not bold is to get inside your head. To think about, like, what can I get from someone? What can I get from it? What is he going to think about? What is he going to think about? There was actually this one study that a person wore like a shirt inside out, and he walked into the audience in a college classroom over like an auditorium, and there was like 100 people that looked at him, and he walked through the front, looked around, and came to his seat, and after that they asked him, like, how many people do you think saw your shirt? Like, it was clearly inside out. And he said like 70-80% obviously saw that my shirt was inside out, so obvious. And then they asked all the students after the class, and guess what happened? Like 10%, like 10 students saw that his shirt was inside out. So it's always worse. You have to get outside of your head. And the serial trick goes like this. Whenever you're talking to someone, or you're in a situation when you're communicating with someone in any social interaction, start thinking, in order to get outside of your head, these two questions. First of all, what can I give here? What type of value can I give? When I'm recording this type of video, I'm like, what type of value can I give to this one person? How can I make this one point even stronger? Alright? And the second question is, what did they have for breakfast? What type of cereal does he like the most? What type of cereal does she like the most? And you're thinking about this. And first of all, asking yourself a question like that is instantly going to make you laugh. And second of all, it's going to stop you from going inside your head and think outside of you. And by thinking outside of you, you instantly raise your confidence level by like 40 to 60%. Instantly. Alright, so if you combine the body language, meditation, your certainty tonality, your self-talk that's reaffirming all your good action and course correcting all your bad action, and the serial mindset of thinking outside of your head, you're already more confident than everyone else. You're already more bold than everyone else. You're going to build that habit super fast. Alright, so let's just continue on this video for big idea number 24. Imperfect. 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 So important. And it's the idea that, what is this program? When you're watching me right now, I prepared and then I showed up. This video is not perfect. It's not edited perfect. There's no perfection. I'm okay with the imperfection. I'm here to provide value. I'm here to provide amazing teachings and big ideas that could help you in your life if you're ready to accept it. But nothing is perfect. Alright? Stop looking for the perfect, ideal situation in your life and just accept what is. This is not perfect. We don't try to make it perfect. We just show up and we live boldly. Alright, that's what we do here at Boldness, and it's super key. And number 25, do more of what you love. I wanted to finish with this point because, first of all, 25 is a cool number, and second of all, because when you do what you love, you are confident. It's that simple. If Einstein went to a physics fair, how do you think he felt? He felt so confident because he's just doing what he loves. He could be there and talk to all the people around him all day long because he's in an environment that is associated with what he loves to do and teach and learn. What do you love? What do you love to do? How can you surround yourself with more of the stuff that you enjoy? Because for me to show up and teach about boldness and confidence, it's easy for me because I love doing it. What do you love? Whether it's starting a book club and this, you'll be surprised how instantly you'll be so confident because you're associating that action with what you love to do. So just do more of what you love. If there's one thing that you leave this course with, is focus more on what you love. Stop caring about all the other people's opinions. Live amazingly. Live the Bold Wolves lifestyle. Take action today. Live happy. Live positive, live bold, live confident, trust yourself, have that self-belief, find that key, face your fears, be your #1 fan. Everything that we talked about, we went over 25 big ideas right now. All of these could change your life if you let them. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Be like water, like Bruce Lee said, and just have a great day today. Have a great moment. Live confidently and boldly right now, and right now, and right now, and right now. Until next time.